Welcome to English Prime Podcast. Let's get started.
Hey, English learners. Welcome back to English Prime Podcast. Here we learn real English through simple conversations, daily life stories, and powerful communication tips. So relax, enjoy, and let's improve your English together. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jake. And yeah, here we help you speak English more naturally, not by memorizing rules, but by just having real conversations like this.
Yeah. So Jake, let me ask you something. Do you think people are actually living their dreams or just talking about them?
That's a deep question. I think most people talk about their dreams more than they actually live them.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like, people say things like, one day I'll do this, or one day I'll change my life. But that one day never really comes.
Exactly. And slowly that one day turns into months and then years.
That's kind of scary when you think about it.
It is. And I think it's not because people don't have dreams. It's more like something is stopping them.
Yeah, maybe fear, or maybe they're just not sure where to start.
Or maybe they're just waiting for the perfect time, which honestly never comes.
Yeah, that perfect moment when everything feels right.
But real life doesn't really work like that.
And I think this is something many people can relate to, not just in life, but even in small things.
Like what?
Like wanting to do something, but delaying it again and again.
Yeah, even something simple, like starting to speak English or trying something new.
Exactly. So I think today's conversation is going to be really interesting because it's not just about dreams, it's about what's actually stopping us from living them.
And maybe how we can slowly change that.
By the way, if you enjoy these kinds of real and simple conversations, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more conversations like this.
All right, so let's really get into this. Why do you think people don't live their dreams, even when they really want to?
I think one big reason is fear. Like, people want something more, but at the same time, they're scared of what might happen if they actually try.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like staying where you are feels safe, even if you're not really happy there.
Exactly. And sometimes people don't even realize it. They just keep living the same routine every day.
Right. Wake up, go to work, come back home, and repeat. And somewhere inside, they know they want something different, but they don't act on it.
I think it's also because starting something new feels uncomfortable, like you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, the uncertainty is scary. People prefer a situation they understand, even if it's not what they really want.
And I've noticed something. People often say, I'll start soon, but soon keeps getting delayed.
Yeah, soon is a very flexible word.
Exactly. It can mean tomorrow, or it can mean never.
And I think another thing is, people wait until they feel fully ready.
Yeah, like they need the perfect plan, the perfect moment, the perfect confidence.
But the problem is, that feeling doesn't really come.
True, because confidence usually comes after you start, not before.
Exactly. But most people think it's the other way around.
And because of that, they stay in the same place, even if they're not fully happy with it.
Yeah, it's like they're stuck between what they want and what feels safe.
And that space in between, that's where a lot of people spend years of their life.
Yeah, and the sad part is, from the outside, everything looks fine. Like they have a job, a routine, a normal life.
But inside, something feels missing.
Exactly. It's not always about being unhappy. Sometimes it's this quiet feeling that you could be doing something more.
I think a lot of people feel that, but they don't talk about it.
Yeah, because it's hard to explain. Like, how do you tell someone, my life is okay, but I still don't feel satisfied?
Right. And then people start comparing themselves to others.
Oh yeah, that makes it even worse.
You see someone else doing something interesting, following their passion, and you start thinking, why am I not doing that?
And instead of taking action, you just think and think more.
Exactly. Overthinking starts again.
It's like a loop. You think about your dreams, then you doubt yourself, then you do nothing, and then you feel stuck.
Yeah. And the longer you stay in that loop, the harder it becomes to break it.
True. And sometimes people convince themselves that they're okay where they are.
Like they try to ignore that feeling?
Yeah, they tell themselves, this is enough. I don't need more.
But deep down, they know that's not really true.
Exactly. It's more like they're trying to stay comfortable.
And comfort can be dangerous sometimes.
Yeah, because it feels good in the moment, but it slowly holds you back.
I think another situation is when people actually want to start something, but they don't know where to begin.
That's a big one. Like, you have an idea, but no clear plan.
So instead of starting small, they just stop completely.
Yeah, because the goal feels too big.
Like someone wants to change their career, but they think about everything at once.
And then it feels overwhelming.
Exactly. So they go back to their normal life.
I've seen this happen a lot. People don't fail their dreams. They just never really start.
That's actually very true.
Yeah. And sometimes the problem isn't ability. It's just hesitation.
Hesitation, fear, and maybe a little doubt.
Yeah. That small voice in your head saying, what if it doesn't work?
And instead of asking, what if it works, we focus on the negative.
Exactly. And that's how people slowly move away from their dreams without even realizing it.
I think what makes it even more difficult is how our mind works. Like it naturally tries to protect us.
Yeah, that's true. The brain always prefers what feels safe and familiar.
Even if that safe place is not really making us happy.
Exactly. Because for the brain, safety is more important than happiness.
That's interesting. So it's not that people are lazy, it's more like their mind is trying to avoid risk.
Yeah, risk feels like danger, even if it's something positive.
Like starting something new or making a big change.
Right. Even a small step can feel like a big risk when you're not used to it.
And I think that's where overthinking comes in.
Yeah. You start thinking about all the possible outcomes.
Mostly the negative ones.
Exactly. What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I make a mistake?
And the more you think like that, the more your brain says, let's not do this.
Yeah. It's like your brain is trying to stop you.
But in reality, it's stopping you from growing.
That's the tricky part. What feels safe in the moment can actually hold you back in the long run.
I feel like many people don't realize this.
Yeah. Because in the short term, staying comfortable feels good.
You don't feel stress, you don't feel pressure.
But slowly, you start feeling something else.
Regret.
Yeah. That quiet feeling of, I could have done more.
And that feeling doesn't come immediately. It builds over time.
Exactly. One day, 1 month, 1 year, and suddenly you look back and think, why didn't I try?
That's actually a bit emotional when you think about it.
It is. Because failure hurts, but regret lasts longer.
Yeah. Fear feels safe now, but regret stays with you.
And the problem is, people don't feel that regret immediately, so they keep choosing comfort again and again.
It's like a habit.
Exactly. A habit of staying where things are easy and predictable.
But growth doesn't really happen in that space.
No, it doesn't. Growth usually starts when things feel a little uncomfortable.
And I think that's where people get stuck. They want change, but they don't want discomfort.
Yeah, but those two things usually come together.
So maybe the real question is not, do you have a dream?
But are you ready to feel uncomfortable for it?
I get that, but I still feel like people should take risks. I mean, life is not that long, right?
Yeah, I agree, but I don't think it's that simple for everyone.
What do you mean?
Like, some people have responsibilities, family, financial pressure. They can't just leave everything and follow a dream.
Yeah, that's true. Not everyone has the same situation.
Exactly. Sometimes people want to change their life, but they also have to be practical.
So you're saying it's okay to not fully go after your dream?
Not exactly. I'm just saying it doesn't always have to be a big, risky decision.
Like it doesn't have to be all or nothing?
Yeah, exactly. I think that idea actually scares people more.
That makes sense. Because when people think about big changes, it feels overwhelming.
Right. Like quitting your job, changing your whole life overnight. That's not realistic for most people.
So maybe that's why they don't even try.
Exactly. The dream feels too big, so they don't take any step at all.
So maybe the problem isn't the dream itself, it's how people think about it.
Yeah, they think they need a perfect plan or a big move.
But maybe it's more about small steps.
Exactly. Small, consistent steps.
I like that. It feels less scary.
Yeah, and it also feels more real.
So instead of waiting for the perfect moment, you just start with what you can do right now.
Right. Even if it's something very small.
I think that changes the whole perspective.
Yeah, because now it's not about risking everything.
It's just about moving forward, little by little.
Exactly. And that's something most people can do.
Yeah, and when you say it like that, it feels more real. I think many people don't actually fail because they can't do something. They fail because they overthink it too much and never really start.
Yeah, that's true. And another thing is, people are often too focused on where they are not in life, instead of noticing even small progress they've made. So everything starts feeling like it's not enough.
Yeah, and that feeling builds pressure, like you're always behind something. Even when you're trying your best, it still feels like you should be doing more.
Exactly. And when everything feels like pressure, even small steps start feeling heavy. But the truth is, nobody really has everything figured out. Everyone is just learning as they go.
That's actually true. Because from outside, it always looks like other people are clear and confident. But maybe they're also just figuring things out step by step.
Yeah, and I think people forget that. They wait for a perfect moment when everything becomes clear. But in reality, clarity usually comes after you start, not before.
So it's like you don't wait to feel ready, you start, and then you slowly become ready.
Exactly. And once you understand that, things don't feel as heavy anymore. You don't need the full plan, just the next step.
I think that's something a lot of people can relate to. Maybe there's something they've been thinking about for a long time, but they haven't actually started yet.
Yeah. And maybe instead of asking, can I do this perfectly? The better question is, what small step can I take today?
Yeah, even a small step matters, because it still moves you forward.
Exactly. And sometimes that's all you need to break the cycle of overthinking.
That makes sense. So it's less about big changes and more about just starting somewhere.
Yeah, just starting. That's the key.
You know, this reminds me of something that happened a while ago in my own life.
What happened?
It wasn't anything big, but I had this idea I really liked. I kept thinking about it for weeks. Like I actually wanted to do it, but I kept delaying it again and again.
Because you weren't sure?
Yeah, not exactly unsure, but more like I kept thinking, maybe I should prepare more first. Maybe I should wait for the right time. And honestly, the more I thought about it, the more complicated it started feeling.
That sounds familiar. What did you end up doing?
At first, nothing. I just kept planning in my head. And then one day I realized I've been thinking about this for so long, but I haven't taken even one small step.
And that moment hit you?
Yeah, it kind of did. So I decided to just do a very small part of it. Not the whole thing, just one simple step. And it felt surprisingly easy once I started.
So the hardest part was actually starting.
Exactly. And what surprised me most was nothing bad happened. It wasn't perfect, but it also wasn't scary like I imagined in my head.
That's interesting, because usually our mind makes it feel much bigger than it really is.
Yeah, and I think that's the lesson for me. Most of the fear was not real. It was just in my thinking. And once I started, everything felt lighter.
So in a way, overthinking was the real problem, not the task itself.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people are stuck in that same situation without even realizing it.
Yeah, and when you think about it, most of the struggle is not actually about ability. It's more about how people think before they start. They assume it has to be perfect, or they need to feel completely ready.
Yeah, and that's where they get stuck. Because waiting to feel ready usually takes forever. And in that waiting, nothing really changes.
Exactly. I think one simple mistake people make is they treat everything like a big final decision. Like if they start something, it has to be perfect from day one. But in reality, most things are learned while doing them, not before.
Yeah, and another thing is people underestimate small actions. They think only big steps matter. But actually, small steps done consistently can completely change direction over time.
That's true. Even if you just improve one small thing today, or take one small action, it still counts. It still moves you forward, even if it feels very slow in the moment.
And I think that's a good reminder for anyone listening. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need full confidence. You just need to start with something small that you can actually do right now.
Yeah. And maybe ask yourself honestly, what is one thing I've been delaying for too long? Because most of the time, the answer is already there in your mind. You just haven't acted on it yet.
That's true. And I think if someone is listening right now, they might already know what that thing is for them. But maybe they just needed this reminder to stop overthinking and actually try.
Exactly. And if you're watching this and you feel stuck, maybe don't try to fix everything at once. Just pick one small step, something simple, something real, and start from there.
Yeah, and we'd really like to know what you think about this. Do you feel like you're living your dream right now, or are you still figuring things out and waiting for the right moment?
And if there's something you've been delaying for a long time, what is stopping you? Share your thoughts in the comments. It's always interesting to hear different experiences.
And if you enjoy these kinds of real, simple conversations, where we talk about life and learn English naturally at the same time,
Make sure you subscribe to our channel for the next episode.
All right, let's quickly look at some useful English from our conversation, because there were quite a few natural expressions we used that people can actually apply in real life.
Yeah, and the good thing is, these are not formal or textbook phrases. They're the kind of expressions you hear in everyday conversations when people talk about life, feelings, and decisions.
Exactly. Like earlier, we kept saying things like, figure things out, and take your time figuring things out. And that's such a natural way to talk when someone is confused or unsure.
Right. And it simply means trying to understand something step by step. You don't need to have everything clear at once. For example, I'm still figuring things out in my career. Sounds very natural in real life.
Yeah. And another expression that came up naturally in our conversation was step out of your comfort zone. It basically means doing something that feels a bit uncomfortable but helps you grow.
And people use it a lot when they talk about change or personal growth. Like if someone says, I had to step out of my comfort zone to try something new. It shows they took a small risk.
We also talked about holding yourself back, which is something many people do without realizing it. It means stopping yourself from doing something because of fear or doubt.
Yeah, like you want to start something, but your thoughts stop you. For example, I know I should speak more, but I keep holding myself back. It's a very common feeling.
And I think another simple but powerful one was go for it. It sounds very casual, but it actually carries a strong meaning. Like, just try it. Don't overthink it.
Exactly. People use it when someone is hesitating. Like, should I apply for this job? And someone replies, yeah, just go for it. It gives that push to take action.
We also naturally mentioned play it safe, which is kind of the opposite idea. It means avoiding risk and choosing what feels secure instead of uncertain.
Yeah, and sometimes playing it safe is okay, but if someone always plays it safe, then they might miss opportunities in life, like we discussed in the episode.
Another one I liked was miss out on something. It's very commonly used when you don't take an opportunity and later realize you could have experienced something valuable.
Right. Like, I didn't join the course and I feel like I missed out on a good opportunity. It's simple English, but very expressive.
And what I find interesting is all these phrases are not difficult, but when you actually use them in real conversations, they make your English sound much more natural and confident.
Yeah, because real fluency is not about complex grammar. It's about using simple phrases in the right way at the right time.
Exactly. And if someone listens carefully to conversations like this, they'll slowly start using these expressions without even thinking too much.
That's the whole idea. Learn naturally, not forcefully. Just like we talk here, you can also start thinking in these phrases in your daily life.
Yeah, And over time, it won't feel like learning English anymore. It will just feel like expressing yourself normally.
And that's when real progress happens.
Yeah, and now it's your turn to actually use some of this English, not just listen to it.
Exactly. Because listening is important, but speaking is what really helps you improve.
So let's do something simple. We'll ask you a few questions, and you can try to answer them in your own words.
You don't need perfect sentences. Just try to express your thoughts clearly.
All right, first question. Do you feel like you are living your dream right now, or are you still working towards it?
And second, what is one thing you've been thinking about for a long time but haven't started yet?
And one more. What is actually stopping you from starting? Is it fear, confusion, or something else?
Take a moment. You can pause the video here and try to answer these questions out loud.
Yeah, even if your English is not perfect, that's completely fine. The goal is to speak and express, not to be perfect.
Exactly. The more you speak, the more natural it will start to feel.
And if you really want to improve your English through conversations like this, where you learn naturally while talking about real life,
Make sure you subscribe to the channel and keep practicing with us regularly.
because step by step, your confidence will grow.
And your English will improve without you even realizing it.
Yeah. So before we finish, let's quickly go over what we talked about today.
We started with a simple but deep question. Are you really living your dreams or just thinking about them?
And we realized that for many people, the problem is not lack of dreams. It's fear, overthinking, and waiting for the perfect time.
Yeah, and we also talked about how staying in your comfort zone can feel safe, but it can slowly hold you back.
And one important idea was, you don't need a big change to start. Small steps can make a big difference over time.
Exactly. Just starting, even in a small way, is better than waiting forever.
And along the way, you also learn some useful phrases like figure things out, step out of your comfort zone, and go for it.
Simple phrases, but very powerful in real conversations.
So yeah, that was our conversation for today.
And honestly, if there's one thing to take from this, it's that you don't need a perfect plan to move forward.
Yeah, you just need to start, even in a small way. That's how real change begins.
And the same goes for your English. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need to keep practicing and expressing yourself.
So if you want to keep improving your English through real, simple conversations like this,
Make sure you subscribe to the channel and join us in the next episode.
we're really glad you spent this time with us.
Yeah, and we hope this conversation gave you something to think about.
Keep learning
Keep growing.
and take that small step today.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care. Bye.
Bye, everyone.